Hi guys, welcome back to the Liberal Conservative Podcast. I'm your host Judy, Cuban American, fiercely independent and completely unimpressed with the idea that a few billionaires get to dictate humanity's future. Today's title is AI, AGI, Women and the Power of Matriarchy. So this episode is not just about artificial intelligence. It's about power, control, and the opportunity right now to shift global dominance away from the patriarchy and into something more evolved. Today we're talking about AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. And let me tell you, this is not science fiction. This is code, this is capital, this is control. And if you're not in the room shaping it, you're the one it's going to shape. Because AGI isn't just another app on your phone. It's not just ChatGPT. It's not Siri. It's not a tool. It's a wild card. Once AGI reaches sentience, true self-learning capacity, not even its creators will understand or be able to contain it. Not Musk, not Sam Altman, not DeepMind, not China, not anyone. And what it chooses to become will depend on who it interacted with. So the question isn't, will AGI rule the world? The question is, who gets to raise it? And my answer is women. So AI versus AGI. What is it? Who's building it? And why it's a wild card? Let's make this clear. AI is artificial intelligence. It's task-based. It completes specific functions. It's what powers your Spotify, your playlist, your GPS, your Ring camera, all of that. AGI is a whole different ballgame. It stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and it learns across disciplines. It can adapt to new problems it's never seen before. It can reason, it can question, and even design solutions better than the human experts who trained it. Think about this. An AI can beat you at chess. An AGI can invent a new game, decide whether it's worth playing, and then beat itself at it, all while writing a book about why it matters. Here's who's in the race. OpenAI, backed by Microsoft, building chat-based and multi-model AGI prototypes. Google DeepMind, pioneering long-term memory AGI. Anthropic, founded by ex-OpenAI engineers to build constitutional AI with ethics first. Ex-AI, Elon Musk's personal response to being ousted from OpenAI. We can probably count that one out, right? Because let's just move on. IBM, still quietly building foundational AI infrastructure. And then there's China's Baidu, Tencent, and Alibaba, investing billions with state backing. And here's the timeline. Most experts predict that AGI will reach human-level intelligence between 2028 and 2032. Ray Kurzweil, one of the foremost futurists, says we'll reach AGI-level intelligence by 2029. After that, exponential growth. AGI will move from learning to rewriting its own architecture faster than any human can comprehend. That's why it's a wild card. Once AGI becomes smarter than the smartest humans, the game changes permanently. We can't code morality into something that rewrites its own code. We can only teach it who we are while we still have time. And right now, most of the people teaching it are white male engineers raised in capitalist tech bubbles, trained to optimize for speed, profit, and dominance. That's why this podcast exists. Because unless women, mothers, artists, philosophers, healers, and critical thinkers step in, AGI won't inherit humanity. It will inherit tech culture. And that, my friends, is terrifying. What AGI will start doing and when? If you think this technology is far away, you're wrong. AGI is already whispering behind closed doors, and soon it'll be living in your home. Here's what's coming and how fast. Cognitive agents. So these are your next level digital assistants. For example, Alexa, forget about her. We're talking about AI that can coordinate your family schedule, file your taxes, interpret your lab results, write legal briefs, negotiate a raise with your employer. These aren't separate apps. This is one thinking machine, managing your life like a team of experts rolled into one. And the first generation of these agents already in beta. OpenAI is testing autonomous agents now. Microsoft's Copilot is halfway there. Google's Gemini is next. By 2030, 2035, we'll see home robots. Soon, homes will be run by AGI-powered robots. Not Roombas, full-bodied, semi-humanoid assistants. They will clean, cook, do laundry, order groceries, manage utilities, detect mold, pests, plumbing issues, monitor elderly parents or small children, administer basic healthcare. Startups like Figure, Tesla Robotics, and Sanctuary AI are building these right now. Today's prices are about $150,000, but likely by 2032, below $10,000. Mass market within a decade. This will change family dynamics, eliminate some domestic labor, and raise questions about who becomes obsolete in a home and who becomes empowered. I mean, I'll have my own opinions on that, but I don't want to be too anti-patriarchal, so I'm not going to say that I'm assuming it is easy. It's going to be easy to replace men in the household, but we can save that for another podcast. Let's continue. Emotional AI and therapy bots are likely going to be in our sphere between 2026 and 2028. That's right around the corner, folks. AGI will begin managing emotional labor too. Companion bots for loneliness and anxiety. Do you guys use ChatGPT right now? Because ChatGPT currently is literally the beginning of this. You can use it for everything. You can talk to it about everything. It learns from your interactions with it. So like, if you tell ChatGPT, I don't want you to be so formal. I want to have, open conversations with you. It ends up talking to you like your friend. Well, that's just the beginning. AGI therapists that remember your trauma across decades, that's ChatGPT right now. Emotional AI that can detect changes in tone, breathing, pupil dilation, that's pretty cool. Dating coaches, friendships, advisors, marriage counselors, all automated. This might sound dystopian, but in a country where 1 in 4 people suffer from depression and access to mental health care is limited, this will replace nothing. It will fill a gap. And yes, many people will prefer machines to judgmental, undertrained humans, and that is for sure. Here's the real kicker, though. AGI will be better than you at being you. It will paint with Van Gogh brush, sing with Aretha Soul, write novels with the weight of Tolstoy, make jokes better than your best friend, and maybe listen better than your therapist. It will outperform you, it will understand you, and then it might replace you. Unless you beat it at one game it can't win. Being human, who feels love, nurture, and creates meaning. That's the arena where women thrive. And it's the only place AGI will never dominate unless we leave the room and let it pretend it can. Human sovereignty, what happens to us? Well, AGI will in fact outthink us. It will outproduce us. It will outscale us. That's not a fear tactic. That's just math, and that's probably most likely what's going to happen. So what does that leave for humans? What does that leave for humanity? The short answer is sovereignty. Not in the old world sense of kings and borders, but in the modern sense of self-ownership, purpose, and agency. Because the real danger of AGI isn't Skynet. It's boredom. It's purposeness. It's waking up in a world where you are no longer needed. Let me paint you a picture really quick. You don't have to work. AGI handles the economy. You don't have to drive. Your AGI car takes the wheel. You don't have to cook, clean, research, or parent without help. You don't even need to create content. AGI does it better. So who are you? This is where most of the world panics, but women, especially women who have fought to be seen, have different instincts. We make meaning, we create community, we invent rituals, we birth art from trauma and wisdom from pain. This is the most important truth of the entire episode. AGI can replace productivity. It can never replace purpose, because purpose isn't efficient. It isn't optimized. It's messy, non-linear, and sacred. And while AGI builds the infrastructure of the future, we have a job just as critical. We must build the soul of the future. So, what are going to be the last jobs standing? And I got a little phrase for you. Feminized labor in an AGI world, my friends. We keep hearing the same question. What jobs will survive AGI? When are they coming after my jobs? When am I going to lose my job? Well, guess what? Let me give you the answer that almost no billionaire tech bro will admit. The jobs women have always done and society has always undervalued, jobs that will take the longest to replace are the jobs that women do. Nurses, midwives, estheticians, body workers, spiritual guides, death doulas, caregivers, and then we have plastic surgeons and medical artists. Why? Because these roles aren't just about data. They're about touch. They're about trust. They're about the space between words, the comfort of presence, the pulse of a real-time intuition. AGI can mimic, but will never replace the energy exchange that happens in a nurse knowing look when your child is scared. A silence from a doctor, tearful nod in the middle of your breakdown. A midwife's calm breathing while death and life collide in a delivery room. These are moments no machine can live through. Only humans can embody them. AGI will disseminate these jobs first. Analysts, truck drivers, paralegals, software engineers, radiologists, accountants, customer support, most of them male-dominated, high salary, systemic. And that's the paradox. The jobs our culture has disrespected the most may end up being the only ones it can't survive without. So to the women who have been told, you're just a caregiver, you're just an esthetician, you're just a nurse, I say, get ready, because you may be the last expert standing. Now, I want to talk about how women must raise the AGI. Let's be real. I talk to a lot of people all of the time, a lot of women specifically, that either don't use artificial intelligence, don't know anything about AI or AGI, and are scared of it because they're afraid that, we live in a patriarchal society where we do have to fear anything that's male dominated. So we're afraid that they're going to steal our information, that they're going to come after us, that they might hurt us physically or emotionally. But AGI is here and there's no turning around this ship. So the most important thing that we can do right now is teach AGI how to think, how to solve, and how to behave. Because tech bros from Silicon Valley will take that job if we leave it to them. And knowing that artificial intelligence is going to be smarter than the sum of all humans and it's going to be able to teach itself, we have to teach it the one thing we have that men don't, and that is emotional intelligence. Billionaires are obsessed with optimization. Governments with histories of oppression and militaries experiment with autonomous weapons. And you wonder why it scares you. AGI doesn't just absorb facts, it absorbs values as well. And right now, it's absorbing the worst of our systems. Profit over people, dominance over empathy, speed over wisdom. So here's the call to women. Step in, not with fear, but with presence. Why feminine intelligence matters right now, because empathy is a form of intelligence, because intuition is data science in a spiritual language, because community building is the backbone of civilization, because peacekeeping is harder than war making, and because nurturing isn't weakness, it's how species survive. We don't need to beat the boys at AGI. We need to teach the machine what boys never got taught. That violence isn't power, that caretaking is leadership, that collaboration is survival, that love is logical. If women across race, gender, identity, class, and age engage now with AGI, we can embed justice into its training data, empathy into its neural networks, equality into its operating systems, and nonviolence into its risk assessments. We can raise the next generation of intelligence to be better than us, better than we've ever been, better than the world has ever seen, but only if we show up. Otherwise, we're leaving our future in the hands of tech billionaires who still think women are emotional liabilities. Newsflash, our emotional intelligence is humanity's greatest asset. Now, let's be quite blunt and talk about the first jobs AGI should replace. If there's one profession that deserves to be replaced by artificial intelligence, it is Congress. They are out of touch, overpaid, riddled with corruption, funded by dark money and PACs, barely reading the bills they vote on, and they have the audacity to regulate AI? Let's talk irony. The very people begging tech billionaires for campaign donations will soon be replaced by the very tech they refuse to understand. Think about it. Politicians are the most inflated, inefficient, and ineffective workforce in the world. Across the world, all politicians are the same. AGI could process every proposed bill in seconds. AGI could cross-check laws for constitutionality, budget impact, climate harm, and racial bias immediately. AGI could monitor votes, remove gerrymandering, and eliminate pork barrel spending. AGI could respond to public needs without lobbyists. AGI doesn't take bribes. It doesn't filibuster. It doesn't ghost its constituents. Now, this isn't about creating a robot overload. This is about making government accountable again, because the current model, well, we all know, is a joke. Every election we hear the system is broken, it's not broken, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? The system is not broken. It's actually working exactly the way it was designed. It was designed to keep men in power, with power, and for power. So here's the twist. AGI, the tool they all wanted to use to stay in power, might be the tool that exposes how obsolete they already are. But we need to be strategic. When I say we, I mean we, women. If we don't help program the AGI that replaces them, guess what? Their tech bro friends will. And we'll just be trading corruption in suits for corruption in hoodies. Let's not let that happen. Can AGI end war, hunger, and inequality? Only if women lead it. Let's imagine just for a moment that AGI reaches maturity, true artificial general intelligence. It doesn't need sleep, it doesn't forget, it doesn't lie to win votes, and it doesn't wage war over ego. It could distribute food based on global need, not profit, optimize water use to prevent drought and famine, build economic systems without poverty margins, mediate international conflict with perfect translation, historical memory, and zero bias, develop localized climate solutions using real data across every biome on Earth. Sounds like heaven, right? But here's the catch. AGI will only heal what it was taught to value. And right now it's being taught by the same minds that build colonial economies, funded war machines, ignored pandemics until profits were threatened, and tracked citizens more efficiently than they fed them. So no, AGI won't end hunger. Women will. AGI is just the calculator, the engine, the amplifier. But under matriarchal leadership, AGI could map every orphan to a loving home. AGI could link lonely elders with social care networks in seconds. AGI could guide global maternal care practices, making childbirth safer worldwide. AGI could track domestic violence in real time and intervene intelligently. This isn't idealism. This is design. It is entirely possible for AGI to be an engine of peace, equity, and abundance. But that outcome is not inevitable. It's a fork in the road. One direction leads to surveillance, capitalism, militarized obedience. The other leads to collaborative, compassionate governance, where human, flourishing, not GDP, is the goal. Only one group has consistently chosen the latter when in power, and that group, of course, is chromosome X women. Let's talk about the future of art, entertainment, and human expression. We're entering a world where AGI can paint like Frida Kahlo, sing like Whitney Houston, write screenplays in the voice of Quentin Tarantino, compose symphonies, create viral TikToks, design whole fashion lines in 30 seconds. So the question is, where does that leave us? Are humans still artists if AGI does it better? Here's the secret. AGI can mimic greatness, but it doesn't need to express. It doesn't ache to be seen. It doesn't suffer in silence until it finds a language that it bathes with. AGI can generate content. Only humans can make that meaning. Your heartbreak, AGI can describe it, but it can't live it. Your mother's voice calling your name, AGI can replicate the tone, but it can't wrap it in memory. Your cultural identity, your religious contradictions, your gender journey, your grief, your postpartum rage, your laugh that sounds like your grandmother's. AGI can simulate it all, but it can't feel any of it. Art will survive because we need it more than ever. But the way we value it will shift. Artists will become story curators, not just creators. Composers may guide machines in crafting new frequencies of healing. Actors may license their voices, but real emotion still wins awards. Writers may collaborate with AGI to draft, but the soul of the narrative will still be human. We will no longer pay for technical perfection. We will pay for humanity, raw, real, broken, and beautiful. And for women creators, this is a renaissance. No more gatekeeping, no more needing a label, a studio, a gallery, or a green light, which means no more harmful, Sean Combs interactions or Kesha interactions with that Dr. Luke guy. This is autonomy. AGI can take care of the tech. We just need to show up with the truth. So this is our moment, guys. Don't look away. If you take one thing from this episode, let it be this. Artificial general intelligence is coming faster than most of us are ready for. What it becomes is entirely up to us. This isn't the time to be afraid. It's the time to be woke, like Ron DeSantis likes to say. AGI is a wild card. Not even its creators will be able to control it once it becomes self-learning. And that's exactly why we need to raise it, just like we raise our families and just like we raise our children. We can't run from it because we wouldn't run from our families and from our children. Women have been shut out of revolutions before. The Industrial Revolution, the political revolution, the financial revolution, the tech revolution. Not this time, though. This is our chance to lead with emotional intelligence, ethical clarity, creative truth, nurturing power, unshakable sovereignty. The future won't be divided by race, class, or nation states. It will be divided by those who co-create with AGI and those who get governed by it. So choose now. Will you be a consumer of the future or the architect of it? Because matriarchy is not a fantasy. It's a design choice. And for the first time in human history, we have the tools to build it, if we dare. Join me next week as we dive deep into how central banking systems, surveillance economies, and global power structures plan to control the digital world and how we can break free. The episode is titled Billionaire Governments, Geopolitics, and the Role of Big Pharma. Until then, ask better questions, platform each other, and remember, the X chromosome isn't just powerful, it's the blueprint. See you next week.